NASA, they probably imagine astronauts hopping around the moon with an American flag waving in the background. NASA has become an iconic symbol of America, and the idea that NASA should cease to exist has become increasingly unimaginable in the present years. And to clarify, the affirmative does not want National Aeronautics and Space Administration to completely go away. NASA performs valuable functions by monitoring weather patterns that help accurately track storms and keep Americans safe. What the affirmative does want to see is the size and budget of NASA significantly decreased. First of all, NASA accomplishes too little to justify its $17 billion budget. It's been 38 years since the Apollo 17 brought the last astronauts onto the surface of Earth's moon. Then what? They launch dozens of satellites every year, which fulfill vital functions. However, if we're going to spend the big bucks on space, we should be seeing some futuristic technology. More often than not, the truly amazing objects come out as a result of private tech companies such as Apple developing it. Recently, Virgin Galactic had a flawless test flight of their VSS Enterprise spaceship, climbing to an altitude of 45,000 feet. Amazing. Something other than NASA managed to succeed in spaceflight. Very soon we can expect to see private spaceflight for the rich businessman, and once the technology is perfected, over the years we may even see spaceflight become affordable for the average citizen. The affirmative wants NASA's $17 billion budget reduced by 75%. This still leaves NASA with $4,250 million, a substantially large amount of money nonetheless. It is often stated that NASA has created many tools we use today. While NASA did help invent things like Velcro and cordless tools, it was only in collaboration with private contractors. NASA teamed up with Black & Decker to develop cordless power tools, and smoke detectors were partly developed by Honeywell corporations. The reason I state this is to show that as long as there are new devices that need creating, as was the case for NASA astronauts, it is through work with other corporations that make it happen, not NASA magic. As long as a private space organization is willing to invest and have a need, we will have the development of new creations. The negative argues that NASA provides thousands of jobs for Americans. This is true, and that cutting the size of the agency will effectively put citizens out of work. However, Virgin Galactic recently announced a plan for building a multi-million-dollar spaceport in New Mexico to handle the future demand on space travel. It is estimated that the spaceport could result in $750 million in revenue, as well as provide 3,500 jobs. Jobs that would need to be filled by trained workers, like those recently laid off from NASA. Now imagine 20 years from now, with more private spaceflight companies joining the new space race, we could see more spaceports appearing in new cities. Aside from Virgin Galactic, there is also Space Adventures and Benson Space Company. That means ever more jobs, more growth, and those were just civilian spaceflight. I can't even begin to list the numerous contractors, satellite developers, and rocket manufacturers you see in today's world. You see, in cutting the costs of NASA, we could effectively keep the essential components that make NASA necessary, such as weather tracking, while saving money as well as promoting private industry by training employees. My final point is possibly the most overstated, but it must be said. With our country in the middle of a recession, we cannot continue to spend big bucks in space when the problem lies here at home. Can you truly justify yourself spending $17 billion in the mesosphere while our fellow Americans are left on the street to starve? Think about it. If we reduce NASA by only a few million, think of the food pantries that would have food to feed the homeless. Think of the people we could put back and work with programs. It should be noted that the affirmative does not seek a temporary reduction of NASA, but a permanent one. While the recession may pass, the economy may recover, it is still clear that NASA does not deliver enough. Thank you.